Greetings, my name is Essa Bokarr C. We are here again on our special session under the theme before us today is the following: human intelligence through interactions reveal a thread of extremism being fermented in the Gambia, precisely in the greater Banjul area and KOMBO North. Beware of a creeping trend that can transform itself into a timing bomb at any time. We are now going to begin the special report. Professions are not meant to be quoted by pretension. They are products of the very meaning of science itself. That is to say, observe and derive facts. Neither is innovation imitation. Therefore, listening or paying heed to reasons or analytics pegged on causes and effects that are being advanced by experience and or understanding one's operational environment is important. More so in societies where human intelligence is needed. Yes, indeed, it is needed. It is needed to diagnose and predict, or at best be based on risk analysis, particularly in this given situation. Of course, there is a reason why countries in Sahel have decided to commit themselves in the fight against terrorism in that part of the world. If anyone believes that countries like the Gambia in particular are immune from such threats, that person, if one is to say the least, must be checked, as his or her faculties may have something shaky within. Extremism in our part of the world is indeed real. We must stop massaging it with indifference. In the Gambia's case, we must accept the fact that these people are evil in Africa and in the world. Unfortunately, though, thinking that security is a twin of propaganda remains one of the obstacles in some nations, especially when or where security is left in the hands of desirous politicians or those entrenched in personal vendetta instead of serving in the most impartial way. In most cases, societies like ours keep waiting aimlessly for things to explode and then start reacting to a bloody outcome. Instead of resisting the cause resisting the causes at their embryonic stage, sometimes a lot of energy is spent on crisis management, which could have been avoided. Professionals from within and from a distance have seen the silent drag of madrasas, the indoctrination and culcating youth in the Gambia, but our society keeps acting as it is just a part of the normal. It is not and will never be. In July this year, a professional traversed the area, therefore was in the Gambia. During this trip, he raised concerns with some of us and others on the ground. The question is, did those he speak to on the ground care or even follow up? Did those people he speak to care, listen, or even were interested to follow up? That is the question. Most of those he met are more pretentious than anything else, which is the truth. Well, he did attract the attention of fact finders from outside, because not everybody would sit by and watch things unfold and then leave Gambia to regret, because Gambia does not belong to a government. Gambia belongs to Gambians, and it is part of the world. They zoomed on what he detected from a security angle and are still monitoring the mushrooming threat or trend. Yes, they did zoom on it and are still monitoring the mushrooming threat and trend. Now, whether our local community back home or the local authorities want to hear it or not, whether they believe in it or not, let them be told that this is a fact which cannot be controlled by emotions or by remaining in one's comfort zone for reasons best known to them. Okay? This is a situation that is just waiting to rupture, and for sure time will speak to those dwelling in denials on a day they may not even expect it. No one can control intelligence geared towards deriving facts. Therefore, why it does not believe in coincidence to begin with. Unfortunately, the fluidity of such men, men in beards, seems to layer in the heart of Africa at large, especially in countries like Chad and Mali and now, Gambia. To be more precise, Gambia. Well, we must be ready to accept facts as they are, especially when it comes to security-related matters. Most of the time, sidelining professional advices out of personal feelings does end up plunging an entire country or a society into woes and misery, and then people will say, someone said this, but somebody didn't listen. This is not a question of liking Essa Bokarr C or disliking Essa Bokarr C or any other person. This is a question of accepting facts as they are and be truthful and honest to yourself. Essa Bokarr C would not be affected directly if such things were to come out and then turn into what we'll all regret. But indirectly also, I will be affected, because the Gambia and Africa and humanity are so dear to me. This is what propels me to speak and nothing else. Not to be compensated, not to be assigned a responsibility, absolutely not. Now, this ends the first part. Now we'll bring you the second part.